Your idea is incredible.
I can't argue with that. We pay for everything, so this country belongs to us.
It's just business. Hunting human beings for sport.
They're not human beings.
Every year, a bunch of elites
kidnap normal folk like us.
Where'd they get you from?
Wyoming, Mississippi.
Orlando.
Welcome to another episode of the Movie Club. My name is Trae Price, and this is Shakis Moore, and joining us, special guest Sharon, as we talk about The Hunt, the controversial movie that nobody's ever seen. And honestly, since this is my second viewing, I'm gonna let you guys go first. So who wants to take it?
Okay, since I have to go first. Making Fun of PC, the movie featuring action. The action was interesting, I guess. Mm-hmm. It is more put together than the last film that we viewed, for sure. I just hate almost all of the dialogue in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really care for any of it. Seems kind of pointless. And it's just one big joke that I don't really care about.
It's funny that you say that. You specifically, and we'll come back to that later. But finish on. See what Sharon think.
Well, I personally have been waiting to watch this movie for a really long time. I'm glad I finally got to watch it. I did not anticipate that many people to get killed off in, like, I would guesstimate, like, the first 25-ish minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Still a decent watch, in my opinion. My only issue with it is continuity. Like, that grilled cheese should have been burned. Unless she had it on a really low temperature.
Well, the only right way to do a grilled cheese is a slow cook.
I'm mad as hell at you right now. Because I was over here thinking about, let me go through the movie in my head. Grilled cheese. And it took me 5 seconds, like, grilled cheese? What you see? It was like, Lord of mercy.
I'm just being honest.
Yes, no,
like, it should have been burned.
I mean, we don't, like Shakis said, it might be a low temp. I don't know. Look, it's weird enough for me that she stovetop her grilled cheese.
Right?
I oven my grilled cheese. I ain't never stovetop my grilled cheese.
When I've had to make grilled cheese, that's the only way.
Really?
That I made it, yeah.
I mean, do you flip it?
Yeah.
So, okay.
You just spat it.
I'm lazy. Up oven, it do everything.
I mean,
Depending on how melted the cheese is, you can just, like, flip it with the pan.
Yeah, if you got a nice
ain't nobody flap.
People do that.
Actually,
I ain't. People ain't me.
Yeah.
Again, just right there in the oven. It just go there. It cooking on both sides. It's amazing that way. It's damn near like a toaster.
So what you're suggesting to your viewers is that they use a toaster oven.
Excuse me, ma'am. This is audio only. We call them listeners. Anyway.
Listeners. My bad. How sorry of me.
It's okay. Hey, look. Hey, and now we can take you seriously. Oh my God, as a woman.
Oh my God. Like a boss.
It'll everyone that Sharon's on now is just gonna be like, that's what's gonna happen. It's now the running joke. Take a drink. But no, okay. Well, it's funny that you think. First of all, watching the second time, I was kind of lukewarm on it my first viewing too. Okay. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then I too then was like, all right, it's a joke. I understand. You know, you're trying to you flipped it. You flipped it and you reversed it. Oh, that's great. And then I watched it again. And I was like, oh, this some South Park shit. No, for real, it is some South Park. Like,
it really
is some South Park storytelling right here. And I'm surprised that Trae Parker and Matt Stone didn't have anything to do with it. Mostly because their storytelling, if I can even talk, storytelling style comes from making fun of everybody.
Yeah.
And this movie makes fun of everybody. It makes fun of both sides. And it does it in a semi-clever way. When you start off the film, like, this is a movie that I think would another one of those movies that would flourish if we lived in a world without trailers.
Yeah,
yes.
I was gonna say that, like, the trailer for this kind of, and then watching it kind of puts me out of it. Mm-hmm. Like, this movie would definitely I would have received it better if I didn't have the trailer.
I think that intro would have, because I mean, now trailer be damned, it's still a movie about, you know, an adaptation of the greatest game or the most dangerous game which has been done and done so many times. But I do enjoy not the opener, but the sort of the first part where we introduce our characters and we get introduced to Emma Thompson, one of the Emmas. So many daggone Emmas in this world.
What, the unfabulous chick?
Yeah.
I thought that was her, but then I felt like it wasn't. But then again, I don't know.
Also starred in Scream Queens and a lot of other stuff.
Right. Emma something. Anyway, but she, but it started off with her and then kind of following the guy whose name, why not?
His name isn't important.
But
dang, you want to take away his point? I think he's a funny guy.
Yeah, like
let's be real
honest. He's always a weird dude in every role that he plays, and I do enjoy him, especially in Neighbors. For some reason, I really enjoyed him in that film when he played a clown and got punched in the face.
Look at the movie poster. Wait, go back.
Yeah, no, they're all about the controversy and whatnot. But what is his name? Emma Roberts. There we go. That's her name. I now remember
this dude's name is
as Yoga Pants.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't
This is
find his name because I can't remember. Glenn Harlton, is that it? Richard? Whatever. No, that's a different dude. Whatever, doesn't matter. But no, I think following like these different characters and following like a main character and then suddenly they get killed. I like that. I like that as an intro. And then we get to our main character, Betty Giplin as Crystal Creasy, who has no affiliation with East Side that we know of. Right. She's just in the middle, in the shit, and takes care of business.
And could have been the wrong person. Potentially.
She was definitely the wrong person. From that description alone, the regular Crystal Creasy wouldn't have survived none of that.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of chose 12 people that they could literally just kill without any difficulty.
Literally, mats in a race. Rats in a maze. It's late. But no. Betty Giplin actually is a very interesting actress in this. And again, it helps. On that second view, because first viewing is like, why would I care about her? But something about her, like the way that she does facial expressions throughout the entire movie, it kept me like, she's just weird. Like she's weird for the sake of weird. And it doesn't explain.
You're in the glorious state of Arkansas. Is there anything else? No, please! Cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6. You fucked up, bitch!
Who doesn't explain it all? It doesn't care to, and I respect the hell out of that. Like it's not like, I saw something. No, man, and it just made me a sexual tyrannosaurus. Like I didn't need that backstory. You just weird. You're just weird and kooky.
She's just weird.
But hey, she lived.
Exactly.
I mean, that's all that matters. She kicked that chick's ass.
Then there was the only other thing that kind of stuck in my craw was sort of the reveal of the big villain. Like they kept her, whenever you see her, it's back shots the whole entire time. And the big villain, of course, is Athena, who is played by Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank. Okay, so you're celebrating. Why?
Yeah,
I love Hilary Swank.
Why?
Yeah.
I've seen her in some good things. I can't recall the names right now because it's late.
So, but that's my point. Is that why hide Hilary Swank for so long?
That is a good point.
In my mind, I didn't have any reason until I looked her up because I don't fucking Hilary Swank, whatever. Then I learned she was in one of the Karate Kid movies. My only guess is that because she's in the Karate Kid movies, then you get the reveal, oh, it's Hilary Swank, and then she gets into a fight scene at the end. It's like, oh, Karate Kid, oh my god, she was she was the Karate Kid that replaced Danny-san or whatever, Daniel-san or whatever. So now she's doing some karate stuff. It's just an in joke. Again, this is some South Park-ish type stuff to me. Like the whole movie is all just like this South Park, like telling a kid story and then giving it a fucked up, messed up version. Yeah, South Parkian to me. Like that's all this movie is.
Yeah. Now that I think about it,
like a Grimm's
that.
fairy tale type take.
Sure, or that. with the eating of the children. That's Grimm's. That's Grimm's. I remember that story. I remember that. Okay, but no, I actually dug on it a little bit more, like on the second view, and it is one that I'm like, all right, it's cool. They actually use speaking of cinematography, things that stood out to me. They used the proper use of the rotational camera.
Yes, they did.
I respect the shit out of that.
And
Snaps.
even better, I think I need to now separate things aside. Not only did they do it right, they didn't overuse it.
No,
they didn't overuse it, and you
No.
get points for that. Now,
exactly. I appreciate this. I appreciate this movie. I think the one, and I think everybody thought this, like the hype around this movie over because of the moving on the schedule was too much. It was too much. And honestly, I don't know what in part that was for, if it was legitimately because of the mass shootings. But then again, John Wick was kind of like around the same month, same.
I was gonna say there
come on now,
hella movies that I think would get more attention than this movie by, I don't even know who directed it. Not that really matters to me, but Craig Zobel. No idea. No idea who that even is. It's like, I think that the big blockbuster movies would be canceled, quote unquote, first. I think it was just all for hype.
I mean, I think it was just like, I really do, and the fact that when they put out the re-release trailer, they pretty much full blown went on with that. I mean, hell, it's on the poster. Yeah,
I just hate that. I hate that.
I think in its own right, it could have done. It probably wouldn't have done numbers. But I mean, as a film in its own right, I think it's fine.
I think it's fine. I don't think there's any reason for this movie to get moved back or canceled or not be released. There's nothing so wrong, quote unquote, with this movie that it should that would be the reason why it would get canceled or pushed back. It makes no sense.
Yeah. If I, Craig, you know what? You made a good movie here. Because honestly, I was torn between, man, I'm tired. Should I just let myself fall asleep in this movie? But then I kept watching. I was like, oh no, that's cool. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that was a dope little thing that you did there. And next thing I know, I was watching the movie again. So for somebody who has like ADHD like me to have actually focused twice, because you get me once, I focus once, and then like any other time it's just like, nah, you lost me. Depending on your movie. So I think you deserve at least a B. Solid B. That's solid B work right there. Good direction of your actors. Nice bit of storytelling. Nice adaptation of a story. I mean, I don't really have too much complaints going on, except for like overhypeness. Honestly, the whole Hillary Swank thing. Again, if that was a part of your joke, I didn't care. But no, yeah, solid B work.
Okay. Yeah, my first viewing is it's not very positive for me. I did enjoy the action, but that's action movieing. You'll get a solid C because I wasn't bored at any point of this movie, and I think it does a good job of keeping you kind of into it. And the last fight sequence is actually really nice. I actually really like the choreography with that. Even the little trope of grabbing onto something and being able to like rope over, and she got fucked. She fell on her back.
That was dope.
And it's not that just that she fell on her back. It's like the stuff like fell over. It was messy.
It was a mess.
It was a mess, exactly. And
if I could build off of that, because that is a good point. It does remind me of like the Daredevil fight scene in the hallway. That was really cool. Whereas it's like this isn't Captain America fighting somebody, or even, let's put it in the same vein, this isn't John McClane fighting somebody where he's suddenly a superhero. This actually looks like it hurts.
Yeah,
you're tired. There's in that moment where she's like, "Can we get like 1 second?" Like this one, this like,
and she's like, "Yeah."
But there was another moment in here. I was actually, while I was bored at work, I think I had watched a video by Jackie Chan. It was like one of those little BuzzFeed Forbes question
like a 5-minute thing of,
some kind of thing with Jackie Chan. Somebody was sitting there and they were asking questions, and people were asking Jackie Chan questions
at work.
Like,
damn, I'm pretty sure.
But one of the questions was like, "Hey, Jackie, how do you defend against a knife?" And Jackie's like,
"Yeah, I saw that.
I run." but then another thing, he was like, "Well, if I can't run, I hope I got a t-shirt on. I take that t-shirt on and block it with the cloth, and then I run. Then I kick him and then I run, or something like that. Something like that." And I was like, they put that in this movie too, which I think is really, I think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool thing, and I'm glad to see. It actually works. Now I tried, you know what I mean, but then I'm too ashamed my body, and I'm like, hold up, can I have your shirt when you get you look healthy? Let me get your shirt, player.
You just do all of your strategy into getting their shirt.
Okay, like, just let me get your shirt. This is a very weird situation. I just want to stab you. Just give me your shirt. That's a skit. Anyway, but no, I'm sorry. Please keep going.
Yeah, and also there was the other moment where she's like, "No more glass," and they just opened the door.
Yeah,
I was just like, "Oh, we're just gonna say fuck it, huh?" Yeah,
really
I'm down for it.
Go back and rewatch that fight because there was one of the scenes because we just did a fight scene in Cottonmouth, and one of the things that when I was sitting down watching it with Ben, he was like, "Yeah, there's like your fight scene is great, it's cool, but I think the progression is kind of backwards because it kind of just like it goes big and then it just kind of." Or it goes small and then it kind of goes big where I feel like it should go the other way. Or maybe it was that way. I can't remember now. But I have to go back and watch our fight just to see. But I like to study those and just like see how they build if it does, do so building.
Yeah.
Or if it does so the other way around, how does it do it believably to keep your interest like it obviously did us.
Right. Like they started off, she's like, all right, so do I have to keep listening to Beethoven or are we going to go ahead and do this? And then the music swells up and it might be Beethoven. I mean, it could not be. I don't recognize it. But if it is, that's funny. But yeah, I enjoyed this, and maybe I do need to watch it again. Like it's a little warm on me, but I'm not against it. Yeah, go see it. It's worth it. Well, watch it in your homes. Stay inside.
That's right. stay in lunch. Eat your school. Stay in lunch. Eat your school.
I'm going to probably give it a solid A- because I love gore and like the special effects for their gore was really on point in my opinion. As someone who's seen a ton of like gory, bloody like horror movies, like grew up on the stuff basically. It like reached all of those points in my mind for like a good gory horror without going like over the top with it. Like there was like one part where it was kind of like over the top a little bit where you had the chick in the pit with like no lower portion.
Well,
and she was like,
that shit blown out.
What's
I
up?
thought that was just silly.
It was silly.
I mean, maybe that's part of the point. I mean, that's part of the thing.
But I mean, like
a grenade is. You think she gonna still have legs? Did you not see her legs flying?
No, I'm talking about.
I didn't expect her to land right back where she was to begin with. That was funny.
And then I realized, oh, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where I was like, okay, so this is just jokes. It wasn't the pig that came out of the box that did it.
Yeah, I don't know. The pig also was just like, all right, no, this ain't no. But I was like, that wasn't the point where I was like, this is jokes. But it was that same moment. It was like, yeah. Well, no, when Smallville Green Arrow, whose name I can't remember what his name is, but Smallville Green Arrow, when he stepped on the landmine, was like, dang. And it got exploded. That's why I was like, I know we're doing. Okay, now I know what kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
Like, I found myself laughing at so many of the deaths. Like, I could not help it. And I tried to stifle myself because I was like, this is getting to the point. It's too much even for me.
It worked. I didn't hear you at all.
That's good. But, yeah, solid A- in my opinion.
Okay.
Give it a watch.
Nice.
In your homes.
So while we did watch this on VOD, this was one of the movies that were sort of in that crest of time between getting pushed to VOD and actually being shown in theaters. So let's check out what the people thought while they could think these things.
Ooh, March 13th. Ooh, that's a bad time.
Movie was budgeted at $14 million because, of course, Blumhouse. And unfortunately made his box office of $6.5 million. So unfortunately, that is a critical flop. But knowing Blumhouse, if they wanted to, they could honestly be like, "Hey, just give me a crushed cheese slow cooked grilled cheese sandwich and $5, and I'll make the hunt too. Like that's all we really need over here. So I mean, I don't think this is Blumhouse can really brush this off their shoulders. It's
they have
no
a lot
problem
of
for them.
successes.
They do, and
really
again,
do.
these things are made with such a low budget that it's not. I don't really think it's that big of a problem.
I think this will be a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Doesn't Blumhouse do like the Hulu Into the Dark stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're making bank off of stuff
They
already.
do
Like
everything.
I don't really know. Like, what
I just
kind
wanted to be
of,
sure.
like, do you know what kind of revenue that type of stuff brings in? Because I don't know.
I don't know the revenue for it off the top of my
I don't know
head.
how, like, what the viewer numbers for those are. I'd be really interested to see if it does bring like viewers to Hulu, because I feel like that they're good and they have a second season, so I'd have to imagine it's doing some kind of good numbers.
We'll see if
The
it makes
numbers?
it out of 2, or if they go the way of Netflix.
Could be. I don't know. Netflix, Hulu, unfortunately, unlike Netflix, keeps their mouth shut.
Yeah, they really do.
They won't be like, yeah, we're just gonna tell people how shitty we are. Like, why would you do that? Kind of like the people in this movie. All right, but that's all we got for this.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Make sure that you check out the other shows that we have on the Facebook, the other main podcast that comes out every other Tuesday. Make sure you leave a like, share it with your friends and your family. Go check out our YouTube where we have content from other Production 1200 works. And make sure you follow us on the Instagram. We post sometimes there. We'll do more. We'll try. Maybe. Like us on iTunes podcast, rate and review. Give us them 5 stars. And we'll see you next time.
We're here.
What was that?
I think that was a rifle. Come on, everybody get out of here! Jesus, come on! Who are these people? How are they getting away with this?
You have no idea what you're up against.
They're playing you!
They'll tear you to pieces.
We'll see. Of all the people you kidnapped,